In April of 2021, I took a month-long trip through the American South, from Richmond, Virginia to New Orleans, Louisiana. And one of my stops on that journey was in Tuskegee, Alabama. I wanted to see and experience a place I'd only read about in history books as a student in the Midwest. But I didn't only want to learn about Tuskegee's history. I wanted to know what life was like there now. So instead of staying alone in a hotel or in a private Airbnb space, I decided to stay at the Rayborn Manor Bed and Breakfast, a beautiful place on County Road 89 in Tuskegee. And that's where I met Curtis Rayborn, who was born in Union Springs, Alabama, but had been part of the Tuskegee community since he moved there for college over 50 years ago. Curtis and I became fast friends. After a day full of exploring, I came back and was greeted by him on his front lawn. We sat down and talked for a long while about his childhood in the rural South, why he came to Tuskegee and why he loves it so much, and so many other great stories from his life and Tuskegee's rich history. But what happened next made the trip even more special. Before I hit the road the next day for another destination, Curtis came in my room with 6 books in his arms, and he put them on my bed. There they were: Alice Walker's debut novel, The Third Life of Grange Copeland, biographies of Robert Russell Moton, George Washington Carver, and Nelson Mandela, a book called A Century of Agriculture in 1890 Land Grant Institutions in Tuskegee University, and finally, a special resource study of Moton Field and the Tuskegee Airmen. I was so surprised and delighted to see these books laid out on the bed in front of me, books that were thoughtfully curated for me from Curtis, books that I could take with me on my journey and carry with me for the rest of my life. I didn't take the physical books, but I took pictures of them, and throughout the rest of 2021, I read all of them. And a few years later, while I was scrolling through the photographs on my phone, I came across those books on the bed in Tuskegee, and as I reflected on that special experience and relationship with Curtis, I knew in my bones I had a new project. So now, with the spirit of that trip, I'm traveling the country asking my hosts, if I came to your town and stayed at your house, what books would you put on the bed? In these conversations, we're going to share with you as many diverse stories as possible, explore the lives and work of our hosts through these books. And as we go along, we're going to build a digital library of all the books placed on every bed across the country. As you explore this library, we hope you find books that will cause your heart to shift, help you see differently and see things you've never seen before. We hope you find books that will change your life. Eudora Welty said, "My wish, indeed my continuing passion, would be not to point the finger in judgment, but to part a curtain, that invisible shadow that falls between people, the veil of indifference to each other's presence, each other's wonder, each other's human plight. This is my attempt to do just that, to make my way through the country and place these books into your open hands like the treasure they are. We hope you come on this journey with us, be with us in these conversations, and most of all, share the gift of these books with others. I can't wait to see where this takes us, all the beautiful people we meet, and all the books that we'll learn about that will bring us closer to each other. It's time for me to ride. And as always, I'll see you down the road.